All right. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you may be watching this. It's 9:25 for us in the evening, and we decided to shoot a YouTube video before we go to bed. The last video we did, where we were just kind of like chatting and having a good time, did pretty well on the channel. We're gonna see if we can reciprocate that. I think that's the right word. Wanted to throw this out there as a feeler. I might be trying to do a little giveaway at 1,000 subs on YouTube. If you're followed on Instagram and subbed on YouTube, once we hit 1,000, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I have a Sencal CS style carbon trunk spoiler, and I have Sencal intakes. Now, if you don't have an S55 car or a car that the trunk lift will fit on any F chassis, F30, F80, but the intakes will only fit in S55. If we do the giveaway, which I think we'll do it, I don't see why not. Well, the only reason why I wouldn't do a giveaway is because I have to think about how to do it. I don't know how people use the software that sees who's following, whatever, and how to do it. I'll look into it, let's do it. We're gonna do the giveaway. CS style, carbon spoiler, or S55 Sencal, both Sencal intakes. If you win and you are not an S55 car or cannot use the spoiler, DM me and I'll throw you some credits to go buy some intakes or a trunk spoiler. But I'm bringing my laptop into play here. I had some notes that I took for the video, and I kind of want to talk about, if you've got 30 grand to spend and you want a BMW that's worth owning, these are the three I would personally take a look at. They're going to be three different categories. One will be modability, which BMW, I think under 30 grand is good to mod. Which one is good for daily driving, and which one is good for a weekend driver. There's a lot of BMWs under 30 grand, and there's a ton of different options. So again, this is just my opinion. I own a 2018 M3 comp. It is single turboed. My wife has an X3 M40i. I've owned tons and tons of BMWs, and I sell them for my job. So I feel like I have a good idea for the three cars that I'm choosing. And yeah, let's get out of the way. Car number one we're gonna be talking about is modability. If any of you guys know me personally, you already know what I'm gonna say. Under $30,000. I've owned a ton of them. It is a 340 xDrive. That can go from 2016 to 2018. You're looking at probably around 60 to 80,000 miles. M Sport, non-M Sport, doesn't really matter, just kind of depends what you're using it for. In this case, we're talking about modability. You can get a 340 xDrive non-M Sport in like low 20 grand. Everything I'm talking about, by the way, is clean title. I don't know salvage title prices. Turbo's making an appearance in the video. You guys loved his reel on Instagram. But yeah, a 340xi, I mean, we're talking about something that's been proven in the industry. These cars are running low 9s. I think there's even some people that have hit 8s now. Big turbo, built motor, tunability, everything's there. Especially if you haven't modded a car before, the 340 is a really good starter because the platform is so big and there's so much help in the community now with that platform that it's just a fantastic starting point. We're talking also like if you want to do full bolt-on, downpipe intake tune, I mean, you're like right at a 10-second quarter mile with some 85 in there. So that is my modded car. What I would suggest, there's just so much help with that platform. Let's say, you don't really care about 60 to 130 times. You're looking to get to and from work while also having fun, doing it luxurious or whatever. This car isn't the most fun or exciting one of the topics. Number three is definitely that. But at number two, for daily driver, we have an X3 M40i. And what better way to put my money where my mouth is than my wife's car? We bought that 6 months ago or so, I want to say. We got a 2019 fully loaded, every option, and we got it for 33, and it only had like 20,000 miles on it. So yes, it's above 30, but find one with 50, 60,000 miles on it, and you're gonna be around $28,000, $27,000 for that car. It's all-wheel drive, so it's great for driving every single day. You have luxury in that car still. It's a newer BMW. The sound systems are phenomenal. The leather's nice. They sound great. It's so funny. My wife's is stock, but the burbles on those things are so ridiculously loud. It's actually hilarious. People think it's modded all the time or has an exhaust. It doesn't. They're fast. They're And it's an SUV. You know, you put your dogs in it, go to the mountain, do whatever you need to do, and it's reliable, good on gas mileage. Sorry, that was a pretty big ramble, but that car is solid. You get modern interior, ambient lighting, you know, insurance is a lot cheaper on that car, but I could keep going. The X3 M40i is the best daily driver in my opinion. Again, if we're not looking at mods, and we're not looking at the weekend warrior car, it is the best driver, hands down. You know, moving on from that, if you don't care about being practical at all and are looking to spend 30 grand to get full-blown enjoyment and excitement, that comes in the car 3. That is the E90 E92 M3. Again, a car that I have owned, I think 3 at this point, all different shapes and sizes. I had one that was heavily modified. I had one that was lightly modified, and I had one that was bone stock. These cars you can find, these are Facebook Marketplace finds, by the way. All these cars you can find on Facebook Marketplace all of the time. They're always there. The E92 specifically is flooded through Facebook Marketplace. You'll probably have to click on 100 of them to find one that's not salvage title, but when you find the one that's not salvage title, it's normally pretty good. You're looking for the price range of under 30 for this car. You're probably looking at an E92, probably the early gen. If you're gonna go to a 11, 12, 13, with 60, 70,000 miles, you're probably gonna break the 30 grand mark. But if you're wanting to find like a 2008, 9, or 10 with around 70 to 80,000 miles, you definitely should be able to find one under that $30,000 mark. Now, the downsides of this car and why I put it in the weekend warrior aspect is I have daily driven these cars before, and it's just not it. My love for the car died out pretty quickly daily driving it, to be honest with you. And that's just due to the horrible gas mileage you get. Those cars you need to let warm up for 20 to 30 minutes before you drive them so that the oil gets heated up so you don't hurt your rod bearings. You know, that alone, rod bearings, throttle actuators, that's a $6,000 bill if those aren't done when you get the car. So some tips with buying an E90 and E92 is look for one where the rod bearings and throttle actuators have already been done. If you can't find one, make sure you factor that into your pricing or in your offer to the seller. That is a true M enthusiast car. That is a car that with an exhaust and some, you know, suspension is done. And I've done that several times with mine. I had the E92 with a Sencal exhaust with the Dynan springs, and that was about it. And I think that was my favorite one. It was just so cheap and so much fun for what it was. It's just actually ridiculous. So that definitely goes as my my top pick out of the 3, especially if you can get it in a manual transmission. That might be a stretch. You might be approaching 31, 32 if you're looking for around the 70,000 mile range. But there's a lot of options under that $30,000 range and a lot of different personalities with all 3 cars. If you want to build something fast, get the 340. You want to get something that's a daily, smooth sailing, reliable, get the X3 M40i. And if you're looking for a weekend warrior car, something that's fun, exciting, and wows people at car shows, get the E92 M3. Same money, completely different experiences for all 3. If you had 30 grand right now, what car are you buying? Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have liked the content recently, please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. This YouTube adventure stuff is very fun, but it is also very time consuming. And with my day job, it makes it pretty difficult. I'm not asking for a sob story. I just, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and again, leave below what you would buy with $30,000. To watch my previous video, that will be here, up on the top left side. Give that a watch. That is the single turbo kit on the M3. That was what the last video was? Yeah. It was us taking this for the first drive, and the next video is actually probably gonna be us putting the fuel mods on and tuning it. So let me know if there's anything specific you wanna see in that video down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.